Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. This one has been pretty well requested. Jenna's been looking forward to it as well. Today we're watching Venom. Did I already say that? Not part of the MCU, it's kind of a standalone thing. There have been rumors going back and forth that Tom Holland might come into the sequel or might have some, they might merge him later, but it's still undecided.
A year of watching movies and I finally get to watch one that I want to watch.
Matt, are you looking forward to watching Venom?
I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. The only understanding that I have about Venom is that I gather that he is like dark. And I've responded to that dark side of characters, so I think I'm gonna like it.
Venom is an iconic Spider-Man villain, anti-hero, whatever. So I have a lot of really mixed feelings about this movie, of the one or two times that I've seen it. I want to watch it again. I'll kind of go in with some fresh perspective myself, jot down some notes and talk about it a little bit afterwards.
So I've seen Venom one time when it was in the theaters, and I recall the way that I felt about it then. I can't imagine it's gonna change all that much. That said, I know that I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. Apparently Jenna and Matt are both Tom Hardy fans. I'm a big Jenna and Matt fan. Hopefully they're fans of this movie.
So Venom is a character that I love a lot because Todd McFarlane had a very big influence in my comic book career, so to speak, of fandom. He was the reason why Marvel and Image and all that, he broke off and he went off and did his own thing. So Venom has always been somebody that I look at as the ultimate anti-hero. And the fact that he wasn't really done as well to my satisfaction in Spider-Man 3 made me really happy when they announced this. And when I saw it was Tom Hardy, I thought it was a really good choice. I'm not gonna get too much into detail now because I have a lot to talk about after we watch it, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it the second time around. I've only seen the movie once, so this is gonna be my second time.
All right, let's get into it, everyone. Venom.
Life Foundation Control, this is LF1. The specimens are secured and we're heading home. Mayday, it's the point! Mayday!
That's Jameson.
With boots on the ground today in the Mission District chasing illegal...
They try and silence those of us who ask questions, but you know what? In the end, we're the ones who change the world.
You discovered a gene therapy that literally doubles the life expectancy of pancreatic cancer
Well, actually, it tripled their life expectancy.
And you have a plethora of untapped resources also from your pharmaceutical companies that you're involved with, you know, to help you realize that ambition, I suppose.
Oh, it's full circle.
You recruit the most vulnerable of us to volunteer for tests.
You are pathologically self-absorbed. Your ego requires constant attention, and you're stubborn as hell. What you did got me fired.
Oh my God. Begin human trials.
Oh, it's way too soon to even begin to think
Dr.
about something
Skirth, you're
like...
at the forefront of a scientific breakthrough. I need you to hold your nerve.
Bottle of whiskey, and don't forget my change.
Life hurts, Eddie. It just does.
In which case, it's no longer...
What the hell is that? What? No, what? Please let me go!
Bring in the next volunteer.
I need your help. I work at the Life Foundation.
You do?
Yes.
Wow, good for you. We're done. Aliens.
Yes.
This is dead.
Sounds in the 4,000 to 6,000 hertz range are very harmful for it.
Well, then don't make those sounds.
Hungry. Oh, God damn it. Hey, can you turn your music down, please? Because I'm having a really hard time.
Whatever. Sure, man. Yeah, I'll just turn right down.
Thank you.
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. You were our best.
I'm so sorry about your friends. Mask!
Copy.
What the hell is that
Where's Venom?
That is the ugliest looking thing I have ever seen.
There are more of us. Millions more. They will follow wherever I lead.
I don't believe in karma.
I have decided to stay.
Wow.
On my planet, I am kind of a loser, like you.
What really made you change your mind?
You did, Eddie.
Jesus! You can take this guy, right?
Venom, get in the rocket. Goodbye, Eddie. Look at her. She has no idea we are going to get her back.
Don't give up on her. Either of you.
We won't.
The payment's due, Chen. Now.
That guy, right?
Yep.
And eat both your arms and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right off your head. So you will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Like a turd in the wind. Do you feel me? What? On second thought.
Please.
We can do whatever we want.
You mind if we forego the whole creepy serial killer thing here?
Sure is good with me.
There's gonna be carnage.
All right, just finished watching Venom. I got a couple mixed feelings about it. I want to know what you guys think about it. Jeremy, I'll start with you, man. What did you think about Venom?
Also a 90s kid, pastor's a big comic book collector. Venom and in particular Lethal Protector was a series that I absolutely loved. 6-part miniseries. I always loved the character of Venom. So going into the movie, there's like two things that I had to take into consideration. Is Venom done well? Is the rest of the movie done well? And I can gladly report that Venom is done well. I think he's excellent. This really is like a perfect encapsulation of the character. He looks very accurate to the comic books. There's just so many weird choices in this movie. Like, where is Eddie from? Like, that accent is strange. Michelle Williams' wig is bad. The story just kind of all over the place. Like, it's hung on some action sequences that aren't really all that impressive. I feel like Upgrade does the Eddie Brock side of the story way better than this movie with like a $5 million budget. I enjoyed watching it a little bit more this time, so that's cool. But yeah, it's not my favorite movie. I think it's got some serious tonal issues, but that's kind of my take on it.
So this is one of those movies where I tend to look at it as like a guilty pleasure, but it's totally still watchable in its own right. I love the character, so I'm kind of obligated to be a fan of the movie. There was a lot of things that was wrong with it. I did like the quirkiness, the humor. I like that Venom was its own character, and it really gave you that sense of we are Venom. Tom Hardy, I think, was perfectly cast for the role because it didn't take itself too seriously. The plot was ridiculous. The fact that the visuals were on point is why I went ahead and bought the movie. I think that going forward, hoping that the Sony Disney deal does not fall and crumble, we can get a really good Carnage movie. It should be rated R. This movie was supposed to be rated R, and they neutered it heavily in post because they wanted a PG-13 release. So if they make a rated R Venom, believe me, I will be the first person in line to watch that.
My issue with this stems from, it's hard for me to have Venom without having Spider-Man. Because part of the reason that Venom is even able to do the things that he does is because he had a symbiosis with Peter Parker. If Venom was not the title of the movie, this could have been just like another Alien movie. Honestly, it feels like Life too. I don't know if you saw Life with Jake Gyllenhaal. They even had like the Life Foundation in the movie. Where Life ended, this one could have like picked up directly after. So I feel like this is Venom in name and maybe imagery only. He looked physically more like Venom than we got in Spider-Man 3. His origin of them coming in the rocket, they even name dropped Jameson. which I thought was pretty cool. It's still hard for me to connect Venom without Spider-Man. It's like this integral piece that's just missing, and I don't like it. And they've teased that maybe Holland will cross over because this is a Sony Marvel thing, and I just really hope that they do. I mean, I enjoy this. It's fun, it's quirky. You have this kind of CGI cluster battle at the end, which is fine, it's whatever. It's just missing something special, and I think that thing might be Spider-Man. Jenna, you were holding off on watching this movie. We wanted to watch it for such a long time. Now that you've finally seen it, what did you think?
Holden, I disagree with several of your points.
Awesome.
There was nothing missing from this movie. Who is Peter Parker? And everyone has their origin story, and not all the characters have all of their like opposites in their origin story. His accent was all over the place. There was like a New York-ish kind of accent in there sometimes, and then his own accent, but it was just a couple of words here and there. I agree, Michelle Williams' wig was kind of like it was too swoopy around the forehead. I don't care that some of the CGI was a little weird. There's a lot of Tom Hardy, so excellent movie.
Easy.
And Matt, whatever you're doing, what did you think about Venom?
If you guys don't know anything about inversion therapy, you should really take a look. It's good stuff. Decompresses the back and the spine. Check out Matt Lean Fitness if you want to see more of this. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. This is the first time I've never really had notes for a movie. I felt very underwhelmed by this movie. It felt like it didn't have great direction. I understood the story. I understood, we were trying to get these rockets from old bad guy and all that. I called it was bad guy early in this movie. It lacked a spark, I guess. It lacked sort of this feeling. I didn't feel anything to it. It was kind of cool, the CGI with how they were, like you said, in the final fight scene thing, how they were in between the symbiotes and all that, but they didn't make me care about either character, the symbiote, Venom, or Tom Hardy's character. And I think that ultimately was the problem. That's really all I can add to it, to be honest with you.
My initial reaction to the movie being teased was that we were going to get the Venom that we all wanted. We did, but it was just that. It was an apology to the fans. This is the Venom that you wanted, so you got it. It might not be the greatest movie, but you were able to have a good time watching a live-action portrayal of Venom. I think that going forward, they can have a stronger second installment to this franchise and make it a little bit of a better, more accurate representation of him being linked to other characters. But for what the movie is, it definitely took the beloved character of Venom and showed him in a light that was never shown before. So I could appreciate it from that angle.
I would give this movie probably about a 6.5. I thought it was good. It felt too run-of-the-mill. You got your car chase scenes, you got your, infiltrating stuff scenes. There's nothing impressionable about it. It just kind of enjoyed it. I'm curious to see a sequel. I'd love to see them do Carnage, but that's pretty much where it ends with me.
Yeah, me and you scores tend to be pretty similar. I was thinking the same thing about the Spider-Man, and for me, two things I was looking for. Is Venom good? Is the movie good? Venom was good. I'm gonna give it a 5. I think that last scene hit me totally different. I hate the fight sequence between Riot and Venom. I can't tell who's what. I don't know what the hell's going on. And then if there's one thing I hate even more than that, it's the post-credit scene and Woody Harrelson's like top 5 favorite actors. So it could have been a lot more, but I echo a lot of what Matt said. It's not a movie I'm emotionally invested in.
Pastor, what about you?
I would give the movie a solid 7.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
I disagree with some of y'all's points. I really do like Venom. Like, I think that they developed him, like he started as the bad guy and then he kind of developed, like he decided to stay and he decided to be friends with Eddie, and I don't know. I liked Venom even though he's kind of messed up and doesn't really look that great. I would give it an 8.
Wow. Of all the Spider-Man properties we've seen so far, Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, Into the Spider-Verse, because you haven't seen Raimi, where would you rank this one, I guess, in that?
Oh, right at the top.
That's crazy.
There was no Tom Hardy in the other movies.
And Matt, what about you? What would you rate this movie?
I think you got a really heavy bias there, Jenna, just because it's Tom Hardy. So that's not what this whole movie watching thing's about, is which one is hot. I give this a 5.5. You're right, like Venom started out as a bad guy and all that, and then, Tom made a dumb decision in the beginning, but there wasn't enough depth of that development,
I will agree with that. I thought that Venom's conversion was pretty weak, where he's like, what made you not want to kill everyone? He's like, you did. And I was trying to think of like what development they really had together, and there really wasn't anything.
Why was he in the restaurant eating raw lobsters? That was such a weird choice. Like, I know he improvised so much of that, but I could not understand his character.
I think the theory behind it was the fact that the lobsters were alive.
Yeah.
because he kept saying that this is dead.
Yeah.
And to him, it was like, this is dead because it isn't alive. And he, you know, he was gonna eat his liver because he's alive, you know, like,
But-
I really like Venom a lot, man.
But that doesn't explain the chocolate and tater tots or whatever, like how he wanted that stuff.
The tater tots, I think, is because that's what he ate when he didn't know what the heck was going on.
Got it.
That's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave it a like. It helps my channel out a lot. Comment down below letting me know what you think of all of our opinions. Subscribe if you want to see more fun content like this. Consider supporting me on Patreon to get early access to select videos like this one. Make sure to follow everyone's channel, Pastor, Matt, and Jeremy. Their channels will be linked in the description below, so make sure to do that. As always, we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next My Friend Watches series. Take care, everyone.